Welcome back, my lovely fam. Settle in with your hot or iced tea. While my husband was traveling across Shanghai, he captured these beautiful moments for me. The beautiful music, the Grand Lantern Market. It got me thinking deeply about what it means to be truly cherished. Let's talk about it. We often assume it means material things, expensive gifts, luxury items. Take for example Naomi in the Scriptures. She lost everything: her husband, her sons, her wealth. She had absolutely nothing left to her name. But Ruth cherished her so deeply that she refused to leave her side. But of course, if you walk in that simple loyalty, God has a beautiful way of aligning you with a Boaz who wants to cherish your spirit and dignity and sometimes walk the streets of Shanghai and bring you a lovely porcelain tea set. It's simply about the appreciation and the presence of the people God places around you when you have nothing going on for you. To Ruth completely clung on Naomi, and through her, Naomi's tears were wiped. So sometimes we may be that someone's blessing or that person that would make them feel cherished. I think those are the main important things other than the material things. I think the material things are a little bit of, kind of sprinkles on a cake or something. We all want that, right? But we should focus more on being a blessing. And while we are being a blessing, we'll be blessed along. Look at Naomi and Ruth. She hooked her up with Boaz. And talking about Boaz, my Boaz put it down. He was walking the streets of China trying to find me a silk fabric. The man went digging and he got me the most beautiful fabric. So I truly felt cherished. It's the thought of it, not the cost or whatever. It's just the thought and him going through the streets and sourcing the perfect fabric for me and the colors. Not forgetting my, porcelain tea set that he knows that I love tea. He knows that I love fashion. All right, now, to you, my single ladies, I see ya because I know how it feels. I was in your shoes, especially if you want to find your Boaz. Well, first of all, you just focus on yourself. Have fun, follow your goals, build your career. At the same time, don't push away, good men that could actually be your Boaz. Of course, ask God for direction, and I pray that you meet your Boaz, because if you truly want to meet him, you will see him. Do not lower those standards. Hopefully, you'll find a Naomi who can hook you up with Boaz. Maybe I'll be your Naomi. I don't know. Actually, you call Naomi. In my language, you call Naomi Naomi. We don't say Naomi. I don't even know why I'm saying Naomi. We call her Naomi. Today, I'm going to be Ruth, okay? Because I have my Boaz who has gone on his way to take his sandal and did he throw it and put it down to get me and, take me to his yard. It wasn't a vineyard, was it? No, it was wheat. It was barley. To take me to have me working on his barley and his maids, picking up for me. Okay, I don't have maids. I'm the maid in this household. But you know what I mean, okay? He would go, extra mile to do things just to show me that he cherishes me. And I think that I should actually dedicate this video to him, to just show him. Although I don't even think he watches my videos anyway. Just to show him that I appreciate him and I see him. I see you, my Boaz, because that's what we are calling him today. And now we come to see how Ruth got her reward back after sticking to Naomi. I don't know what was Naomi thinking actually, giving her daughter-in-law that kind of advice. It's a great advice, but I wonder sometimes, what did she think, doing all that connection? Go lift the cloth, cover me type of thing. Anyway, it sounds so romantic, doesn't it? Now, if Ruth would have said, okay, Naomi, see ya, and then ran around and grabbed herself some man from Moab and, left Naomi to go by herself, we wouldn't have had a Boaz, a Obed, Jesse, and David, and then to our Lord Jesus Christ. We would have had that. Of course, it had to happen because God knows everything from the beginning to the end to the beginning, but we wouldn't have had that. Somebody somewhere had to be loyal, okay? I got so many compliments wearing this look. Everyone wanted to know the secret behind this head wrap, so let me show you how simple it is. First, protect your hair underneath with a satin scarf, then twist this gorgeous cashmere scarf I gave from my mother-in-law into a rose crown right up front. Secure it by tucking it in nicely. Then take a hot pink scarf, wrap it along the base of your crown and tie it neatly in the back. That pop of hot pink breaks up the yellow so we avoid looking like an omelette. And to top it off, this gorgeous yellow dress was a gift from my beautiful sister. Elegant, protective, and wrapped in love from head to toe. Thank you so much for joining my tea room. Have a blessed week. Now we often associate being cherished as